As you can see, we got a whole gang of meals to cover. I said I wanted to do some frozen meals, so we're starting off today with Marie Callender's. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different meals in total. I'm putting most of these in the oven, so it's going to be a while, but buckle up. Let's try some frozen food out. First one up is this beef and broccoli. High for 4 minutes, stir, recover, cook an additional minute and a half. I want to say this before I even start reviewing any of these. I am comparing these meals, all the ones you see, only to frozen food. So my expectations coming into this are not high. I'm only rating against other frozen foods that I've done. I have done a ton on my main channel and a few on this channel. So without further ado, let's try this beef and broccoli. First of all, these little funny slabs, y'all can't even hear it, get over here. These little funny slabs of beef right here look really suspect, but again, it's frozen, so who cares? These are all still really hot. The last time we did Dolly Parton, I laid into like 90% of those. This isn't half bad for a frozen meal. Biggest thing, the beef strips are really thin, so they get tough really quickly, and I don't know if there's any way around that. This just tastes like generic Chinese food. Like you had any of those frozen Chinese food meals? I know there's one brand called like Taipei specifically. This tastes very similar to it. In a pinch, it wouldn't be half bad. By the way, all these frozen meals cost like $2.69, which is like a really good deal for frozen food. Also, the rice isn't mushy, and the broccoli actually has pretty decent texture to it. Like, it still tastes like broccoli. So that part is pretty good. I mean, you could do something about this beef, but what are you going to do with frozen beef, right? For that, I would eat it. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to get this for sure, but I wouldn't throw this out either. Frozen food scale, 6 out of 10. Next up, we have this Swedish Meatballs bowl. This was a 3.5 minute stir and recover, additional 2 minutes. So 5 minutes of total cook time. Frozen meals are just like, you know, if you've had them before, they just all look kind of suspect, but all right. I feel like I already want to put pepper on this. Come here. Do you want this? I don't even want to bite this. If I want Swedish meatballs, at the very least, I'm going to go to IKEA. Because those are much, much better than this. You're better off with the beef and broccoli. This is incredibly bland and flavorless. Meatballs taste like frozen meatballs if you've ever had them. They're not necessarily half bad, but they also have that mystery meat type of texture. Again, comparing to frozen meals, not all meals ever. Yeah, that's a 1 and done. I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 10. Again, though, I'm not really mad at these because they only cost me like 2 and change. So, whatever. So next up, we have fettuccine with chicken and broccoli. This one is 5 minutes, stir and recover, additional 1 to 2 minutes, so a total of 7 minutes of cook time. And it looks pretty much like you think it would look. Just get in here and enjoy that. Whew, this is like the runniest looking Alfredo sauce I think I've seen, even in a frozen meal. It's like, you have to hamper your expectations again. It's really salty, even for a frozen meal. I'm going to keep saying that because people will still go, what do you expect? It's a frozen meal. That's what I'm comparing it to, boss. Let's try the chicken. I think that's the really salty part. And then, let's get some of these broccoli Alfredo. You would have to throw like some cheese or season this to hell. It is incredibly bland again. So far, other than that beef and broccoli, none of these I would spend $2 on. Because I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't enjoy it. Like, unless you're just really, like, I'm just trying to get some cheap eats. Like, you get 2 of these, you probably fill up on it. But you can get a fresh box of pasta and probably do the same. This one is also pretty bad. I'm going to give this one a 2.5 out of 10. So next up is the sweet and sour chicken. 4 minutes, stir, recover, additional 2 to 3 minutes. So 7 minutes of cook time. And you get these little mystery nuggets with some sweet. This is actually really hot in my hand, but I just have to grab this from the side like this. So here you go. Sweet and sour chicken. It's the weirdest thing ever, but so far, Marie Callender's should just be like Marie's Chinese food meals. Because again, for a frozen meal, this isn't half bad. I think it's like the rice just comes off better, and the sauces are just a little more flavorful. This one has like little pieces of pineapple in it, And it's got about 4 or 5 chunks of this sweet and sour. Now, they're not crispy. Don't expect them to be. But at least they taste good. This is probably the best one I've had so far. Let's get some carrots and broccoli in here with one more chunk. Even the texture of the chicken isn't bad. This is probably one of, since we've done this, the better frozen meals that I've had. Like, again, not elite, but for $2 and change, you can sign me up for this all day. Like, if I was a college student or I was just coming home from work and I wanted a quick little meal, you'd have to add a little something to it to make it, like, really palatable. But so far, probably the best one. I'm going to give this an 8.5. Other than, like, Patty LaBelle's so far, and I think there was 1 or 2 on, like, Guy Fieri's, and maybe 1 Gordon Ramsay, this is up there. Like, this is the first one that I'm like, okay, I might keep this one. Next up is the roasted turkey breast and stuffing. This one has the longest cook time so far, so it's 5 minutes, stir, recover, additional 2 to 3 minutes. So a little under 8 minutes of cook time, or 8, depending on how long you want to cook this for. I did it for the full 8. The funny thing was, it said to stir the stuffing and the turkey separately, right? But by the time that I got a hold of this, it was all melted to the fact that it's just like one big thing. So I tried to keep it separate, but it just wasn't happening, Chief. So let's do the turkey and mashed potatoes first. This tastes like school lunch. Honestly, it's okay. Stuffing. School lunch all the way. All the way. And then this weird carrot and green bean mix. They're just boiled. Wawa has a gobbler. Some of y'all are like, what the hell did you just say? Wawa has a meal they come out with around every Thanksgiving called a gobbler. And it tastes just like this. Like, and this costs $2 and change. If I put this in a bowl and sold it at Wawa, people would probably eat it. It just tastes like school lunch. Like that stovetop stuffing, little mystery turkey pieces, and instant mashed potatoes. And to be perfectly honest, I'm okay with that. All I keep telling myself in my head is, this costs $2.79. This is a $2.79 meal. It tastes $2.79. Frozen dinner, not bad. I'd eat it. I'm gonna give it a 7. Next up, we got everyone's favorite. Meatloaf and Gravy. 4 minutes, additional 3 to 4 minutes. So yeah, I did the full 8 on this one as well. It's mashed potatoes with real butter, made from scratch gravy. Yes, it says that. Corn and classic meatloaf, which honestly looks like I can't really tilt these, but it's like a mystery patty going on here. I'm gonna burn my hand. These things do get hot. Oof. Okay. I never was big on frozen, like, meatloaf and Salisbury steak. It was like one of the things, even as a kid, I stayed away from. But we grown now. It's hard for me to, I'm trying to get past the texture. It's just really mushy beef. Or whatever kind of product that this is. Really mushy beef. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Instant mashed potatoes. And pretty bland gravy. I feel like a lot of people like this. I feel like people like frozen meatloafs. Let's try the corn. It's still really hot. I like the corn. I don't know people what the hell you expect. I've had some pretty bad frozen corn in these dinners before. This tastes like the last time I went to Boston Market and got that mystery meatloaf. Last bite. I can't get past the mushy beef. I know I keep saying it over and over again because I'm just trying to give you descriptions going on in my head. The gravy is very flavorless. And that's probably the worst part of it. If you like meatloaf, maybe you'll like the mushy beef part, but just be prepared for really bland gravy. But I do like this corn. The corn brings it up to a 4.5, but I can't do that. Maybe you will. It's so mushy. Like, you could crush this with a damn, it's slide. Nah, nope. But then again, it's $2.67. But I can do the mashed potatoes and the corn. And finally, the one probably everyone's waiting for, which is the chicken pot pie. Marie Callendar supposedly has one of the better frozen chicken pot pie. This is the only one that I actually put in the oven. The rest I microwave. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you because everybody said you did. So I just put it in there before I started filming, and this is why it's the last one to come out. I'm sure people was waiting on this one, but let's see. Ooh, that's a big ass chunk of chicken. Here we go. Okay. This took 50 minutes. 50. Is it good? Yeah. I'll be honest, it's pretty good. It tastes like KFC's chicken pot pie, which is what I say every time I have KFC's chicken pot pie. I'm like, this tastes like a good frozen pie. Maybe I could have browned the crust a little better, because the crust is still a little iffy, but the inside tastes like cream of chicken soup with some chunks of chicken and some vegetables. Again, this costs $2. This is the small version. They do have a large version, but I got the single serving joint, and I don't dislike it. Like, I think it's pretty good. I would, again, genuinely say that this is one of the better frozen chicken pot pies I've had. We're going to do a bunch of these frozen meals because, you know, frozen food section is crazy, and y'all like this, and I'm cool with it. This is pretty good. Honestly, next time, I would probably just put it in the microwave because the crust is the only thing I think is going to change by putting it. I'd rather put this in the microwave for 10 minutes than 50 minutes in the oven. KFC's pot pie is better, but again, 2 and change. I'm cool with this. This is nice for a little frozen meal. I would get a bigger one of this and make it a meal. I think the bigger one was like 5 and change. Cool with me. I'm going to give this one an 8. Not bad at all. All right, so that's going to conclude our Marie calendars. There's a lot more Marie calendars, so we can spin the block, but I did 7 meals today. I can't do that many in one sitting because now I got to figure out what the hell I'm doing with all this frozen food I have. But one of the better lineups that I've, especially when you're talking price to performance ratio here, again, the Dolly Parton one we did last time was like an average of $6 to $7, somewhere in there for every meal. And these were 2 and change. And I, across the board, rated these higher than those. So much better. I do have some of the, I believe, what was the one everybody wanted? Devour ones on the way. So drop your favorite frozen meals and we'll go through them. These are fun. I didn't grow up eating a ton of these. I did have some in college, but I'm more stuck to like the stuff in a bag, like the Tyson Anytizers and stuff like that. That was more my speed back when it used to be affordable, and now they're like $15 for a freaking bag of that. But anyway, no outro on this. I hope you enjoyed.